Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Tommy Rat's New York Hardcore Stories. This is Friday the 13th, January of 2023. Friday the fucking 13th. Watch out for Jason. No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, welcome. And I hope everybody had a good holiday that just passed. Now, I want to thank all the people who are the new subscribers and the people who have subscribed. So keep liking, commenting, and share the shit out of my videos. And also check the title description below. To help out the channel in any way possible. That'll be greatly appreciated. I thank all of you again. So get this now. Now, I just saw some video with Vinny Stigma as a wrestling manager. Now, for those of you who watch wrestling, he was with Homicide as his manager, and I saw a video of Vinny being slammed onto somebody. It's pretty funny. Man, I never knew Vinny was that athletic for somebody his age. I think that was awesome. I remember, I think a few years ago, I actually saw him getting, there was a video with him and Johnny Valiant, he was taking bumps from Johnny Valiant. From Luscious Johnny Valiant. I thought that was pretty funny to see that too. Anyway, to get on to the real topic, I want to talk about this event that used to be held at Max's Kansas City back in the fall of 1981 up until the winter, called Punk Thursdays, which later moved to Fridays. Now, this was something that I looked forward to every week when I first heard about this event going on. Because I was at the time I was working in the summer at the Parks Department, and I was like, oh wow. They got shit going on Thursday night. Cool. And I'm off the next day. So great. So awesome. So I will be going to shows with a couple of my friends at the time that were from the neighborhood that were into the punk scene like I was. So basically, I think the first show that they had over there that was UXA from California, the Undead and the Attack played this very first show, and I remember Max's used to have a restaurant on the first floor that just got converted into a game room with arcade machines. And then you go upstairs, get hand stamped as you pay for those who did pay to get in that weren't on the guest list. And you walk right into the club. To your left, you will see a bar right in the middle, smack dab in the middle of the floor. Unlike other clubs, you would see the bar against the wall. Now, they had TV monitors that would be on the left, on the upper left, where they'd be playing videos of a lot of punk bands. And a lot of these were from live performances, which was pretty unusual at the time. Given the crap that was on to come on MTV around this era. And then you would have a bunch of tables in front of the stage, and the stage, the stage would. They used to have a black curtain on the stage that would be pulled before every band would play. But I don't think the bands that were playing that during this time were even bothering with that shit. So as soon as the band would play, the tables would be moved out of the way, and so people would slam dance. That was a sight to see. Excuse me a second, I just dropped something on the floor. Alright. Now I remember during this time period, you know, I would meet guys. I would meet guys like I would meet guys like Joe Nails. He was like, well, he was, you know, I didn't meet him yet at that time yet, but that's another story unto itself about how I actually met him, where I actually met him, which was more interesting in itself. And I think around this time, John Joseph was coming around was coming to these shows too. And that's like the first time I actually met him. Now a lot of the other bands that would be playing these shows would be the False Prophets, Misguided, Heart Attack, Even Worse, Kraut, The Mob, BC Boys, Reagan Youth, The Influence, The Bad Brains. Around this time, I saw meeting a lot of people like that were in the bands, making friends with a lot of people in these bands too, which was awesome. You know, I mean, at the time, I felt, you know, band and audience were one and the same. There wasn't any barriers or restrictions between, you know, the people who would come see the bands and the bands themselves that would play. You know, unlike, you know, a lot of the bigger acts you would go see at that time, they'll be playing in bigger places like the Palladium, Madison Square Garden. You couldn't get nowhere near the band unless you had some kind of clout. Now the Punk Thursdays actually moved to Friday nights, and I think the very last show that they did was a show with Bad Brains, the Influence, and BC Boys, and I think Reagan Youth also played, if I'm not mistaken. And at that time, I think Max's shut down. They went out. I don't know. I wouldn't say went out of business, but they just, you know, closed. They just closed down that venue. They closed down that venue for good. And that later became a 212 area code deli. So this is like, you know, basically, you know, around this time, you know, so I met guys like Kenny Waste, Tony T-Shirt, and there was another guy that we used to used to run with us, this guy named Chuck that lived in Belmar. But then he disappeared. You know, a lot of people came and went. Yeah. Now, Max will always be remembered as like one of the, you know, that will always have a special place in my heart as one of my favorite clubs back during that era. Okay, and so that's pretty much going to be it for this week. Anybody have any suggestions as to certain things you want me to talk about? You know, chime in the comments below. I might take your request into consideration, or, you know, I'm not into, you know, getting into any drama with anybody, but let's keep it cool, keep it friendly. I just want to keep it friendly here. So, all right. So let me see. There's something. So I have another announcement I want to make, and basically, you know, we're selling Rejuvenate t-shirts, so you can help out the channel doing that from bonfire.com/rejuvenate. Check them out, different colors, sweatshirts, hoodies. Yeah, that's a hoodie you're looking at, and that's the sweatshirt. So if you're interested in helping out the channel, buy one of these shirts. And that'll be it for next week. Thanks a lot, guys. Please smash that like button and subscribe for more Tommy Rat New York Hardcore stories. Thank you for watching.